Make it all worth it. When I give up, you lift me up. So ways enough. You are the reason that I'm still breathing. No matter the season, burns or I'm bleeding. Always enough. So I wanna change in your name. I wanna change. Through all my mistakes, you love me the same way. No, I don't deserve it, never deserved you. You are the one. To you I surrender. I'll be your defender. 'Cause you gave me life, so I give you mine. It's yours to define. So I wanna change in your name. Fill me up with your fire, take me higher and higher. Anything you require. Give me all of your glory. I am here at your mercy. I will never be worthy. Fill me up with your fire. Take me higher and higher. Anything you require. Give me all of your glory. I am here at your mercy. I will never be worthy. Change in your name. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? And like a river flows surely to the sea, and darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand. Come on, Jesus. Hey, let's just give him a round of applause this morning for waking us up for another day. Good morning, everybody. You guys are probably thinking this guy's crazy. It's 4:30 in the morning. You're going live. Yeah, when God speaks to me, I got to speak to you guys. It's like this urge of knowing that somebody needs to know something and have some knowledge today that I believe this is going to be able to transform your life, is we have 66 days until we step into 2025. And before I tell you what we're doing with Limitless Faith, and before I tell you what's on the the next steps for what we are launching in 2025, I really just want to speak to you guys about what's possible for you. Because for a very long time, I held myself back in so many different ways of not stepping into the person I was called to be. Number one, I didn't have faith in my life. I built a business, very successful in 12 months, lost it all, didn't have faith, had nothing to fall back on. And now when I look at things in life now, I have something to fall back on. I have something so much greater, something that is pulling me every day. And the reason I wake up every day is not because of me, it's because of God. And I'm not here to preach to you today. I'm not here to be your pastor. I'm here to tell you that if you can step into faith in the next 66 days, your life will change. And we have 66 days. I don't know if you know how many days that is, but that is a very long time for you to get a plan and an action and for what you need to do to take the next steps in your life. If that's in your physical, your mental, your business, whatever it might be. And we're going to go through that process. And as we go through this process, I'm going to teach you everything that we're doing within Limitless Faith that you can apply into your business that is going to help you in so many different ways. Because if you haven't noticed, a lot has changed around the world. It's no longer you go into a place, there's no longer you use flyers, and everything is digital now. So if you don't know AI and you don't know digital products and you don't know how all these things work, well, then it's going to be very hard for you to move forward or move past your competition or be ahead while you're going to be behind. So let's get right into Romans 8:31, because that's the key to all of this. You see, when we have fear and we have faith. Now, if we have fear, we are fearful of what's to happen if we fail. If we have faith, we lead by faith, not sight. We step into where God has called us to be because we trust in something much higher. It's not trusting in yourself anymore. You're trusting in God. You're saying, God, if you're leading me in this direction, you put this on my heart, then obviously I'm going to take that next step and we're going to make this happen. So Romans 8:31 says, what shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? You know, when I stepped into ministry, people thought I was absolutely crazy. Just like when I stepped into my first business after doing drugs for 3 years. People thought I was crazy until it worked. You see, people look for the fruit of your life. If you don't have the fancy cars or the mansion or you're not speaking on massive stages, then people probably won't be attracted to you as much because you're not putting the fame out in the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me say that. I have friends that are doing absolutely amazing things, speak on stages all over the world, live in the mansions, have the Lamborghinis. And man, I think that's an amazing, and I love that for them. And I wish them all the success. But what happens is we see that and we feel like we can never reach that. But I'm here to tell you today that you can. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself. I speak to men and women every single day, and what they tell me is the number one thing that holds them back is fear of failure, fear of unworthiness, fear of success. I said, you want to be successful. Why are you fearing success? Well, they have a fear that once they get too successful or once they can't reach success, this all comes down to an identity. This all comes down to knowing that you are positioned exactly where you need to be. And to step into the new version of yourself, it's going to require change. It's going to require you to be uncomfortable. You see, in the Bible, it says you're made in the image of God. And I believe that. Now it's just, do you believe that? Do you believe that you're meant for greatness? Do you believe that you can do something great with your life? Do you believe that all of the people that say you can't do something don't really matter because they have no validation for anything that they're going to back up regardless of what they say? Make the LinkedIn post, make the Facebook post, make the Instagram post. Put your name out to the world. You know, there's a really good quote, and it says, the gift of life is to find your gift and share it to the world. I believe you all have a gift, whatever that gift might be. And that gift is for you to find out who you are. And once you find out who you are and what you're supposed to do, you share it to the world. So let's go into this. In the world of digital media, in the world of digital products, Dean Graziosi just did a 3-day boot camp on this. It's called I think it was called it was something challenge. And I just went, I reviewed the YouTube, and it was pretty cool what he did. It's pretty much the basics of any business. So you have your current business, and you do this with your business. Now, in the world of digital media, you need to have products. Okay, those products can either be free, or those products can also be of a price. Within Limitless Faith, we run a ministry. It's a nonprofit. So in Limitless Faith, when people are going to come into Limitless Faith Kingdom Builders when we launch in 2025, we have a price for our monthly membership. That price doesn't have to be able to be paid because we want to bring people in regardless of where they are. So if our price is $197 per month and they say, hey, Clint, I only have $50 this month, I say, that's all right. Come on in. We'll get you to $197 because I know that within Limitless Faith, as they become the man God has called them to be, as they step into the new version of themselves, as they shed the old layers, they will become the person that will make $197 a month. They will become the person that is going to step up in their business. I'm not worried about that. You see, I don't do this for the money. That's the thing you got to take out of your mind. You're not doing this to make money. You're doing this to provide value. I don't get on here to speak to you guys because I want something from you. I get on here to provide value to you. And hopefully you'll be able to take this, learn something, adapt it, and then take it into your own life and change the lives of others. Because at one time, somebody got on a call, or I watched a YouTube video, or I sat with a mentor, or I hired a coach. We all have different levels, and different levels require different devils. And the different levels that you can bring into the world to provide value to people at where we live now in this 2025 coming up is insane what you're able to do. So what are those values? Number one, course. Guys, create a course. Limitless Faith, we currently have 5 courses. Each one of those courses are directly correlated to something different. And as you start to think about, what do my clients need? What value do they need? What is something I can put out to help somebody? So for us, it's becoming the man God has called you to be. It's the Limitless Faith Kingdom Builders course. It takes you through the exact steps and process that we follow in Limitless Faith. So you can go through the course. You can watch the videos that we have provided so you can learn and grow, and has actionable steps and resources that you have access to. We have our school community. Our school community has 45 members in it. I don't care about the numbers. See, that's the other thing. Don't worry about the number of people that are in the group. Worry about the people that are currently with you now, and how are you servicing them? Are you providing value? Are you providing excellence? Because that's what really matters. If you have 500 people come in a group and you don't have the systems and processes to back it up, you're going to have 500 people that leave that group very quick. People have an 8-second attention span. 8 seconds for you to capture their attention. Bring them into something. Keep them involved, because we have all social media, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it might be, and people are scrolling aimlessly all day long. That's all they do. 2 hours plus a day, 4.2 billion people scrolling aimlessly on these social media profiles. And if you're not capturing their attention, if you're not bringing them in, if you're not showing them value, then they will leave and they'll go to the next group, because we have people that hop from group to school community to Facebook group, whatever it might be. And 99% of these people don't take action. How do I know that? Because I was one of them. At one time, I was one of those people, just got into the groups. Oh, this is cool. I'm not going to learn anything. I'm not going to take any action steps from here. I'm going to take all this knowledge and have no applied knowledge, because there's a much different way of thinking when you actually apply what you learn. Every morning, God speaks to me. When God speaks to me, I write on this notepad right here. And in this notepad is going to have all the ideas. This is a brand new notepad. All the ideas of everything where I feel God is speaking to me. Put it on your phone, put it on a notepad, whatever it might be, whatever works for you. You don't have to follow exactly what I do, but find what works for you. So, number one, courses. Number two, ebooks. We have 2 ebooks that are coming out very soon: 5 Pillars to Become the Man God Has Called You to Be, and the Limitless Plan for Your Life. 2 ebooks that are going to be completely for free that then have access to my booking link if people want one-on-one coaching or enter the school community, and then they bring as a funnel. So I want you to think about that. Everything is a funnel. Everything starts at the top, your top of awareness. You go down into the funnel. It brings you in either to one, you have a school community, a community, whatever it might be. But you have to have a community of people because there is so much going around in the world. You have to make the community. Number 3, mastermind groups. 2025, we launched Limitless Faith Mastermind, which is going to be 4 events because we're going to have 1 event each month. This is the goal and the plan. If God has something different, then we'll find out. But 4 quarterly events. And in those quarterly events, you come and you meet with high-level Christian business owners. And then from there, we get to provide value. We get to help you in ways that you've never been helped before. And we lead by biblical principle. It's not going to be your basic business mastermind where everybody just talks about money. I've been there before. I've been in all kinds of masterminds, and it's the same thing everywhere you go. Oh, dude, how much revenue are you making? Oh, yeah, my company made $100,000 per month. Oh, and listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but there's a lot more to life than money. Let me tell you that. Like the relationships you make, the happiness that you have, the joy, the peace, the fulfillment, the comfort, the kindness, the gentleness, all of the things that a man of faith or a woman of faith should follow through with. The next one, live events. 2025, we get into our live events. We're actually going to be doing some online events. So we have like 4 3-day challenges that we're going to be launching. And then we have launch. So you call launch weeks. You go into it. You say, hey, we're launching this challenge. Boom, 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 boom. 5 days. Then you launch the challenge. What's a challenge great for? Well, 3 days, you can get 200, 300 people into a room. You can pour into them. You can give them everything you would teach in your program so that they get a little bit of information. It's almost like you're just poking the bear. You're showing them exactly what you're doing. And then from there, you drop the offer at the end. They already know they're going to get pitched. People don't come into a challenge thinking like, oh, this person's just going to give me all this information for free. No, you're going to get pitched at the end. People join these challenges so they can learn, but there is a very high percentage of people that are not going to do anything with what they learned. And I don't want you to be that person. I want you to walk into a place, get ready to take notes, have your undivided attention, and go there to learn and apply what you just learned. It will change your life if you can actually take action on the things you say you're going to take action on. So for the next 66 days, this is your time. This is your time to take the next step. It's your time to step into where God has called you to be. I don't know what that is for you, but this is what I'm going to recommend to you. If you're a man of faith, there's something called the Great 8. And the Great 8 is 4 habits, and then you pick the other 4 habits. Number 1, prayer, scripture, fitness, and nutrition. Those 4 happen every single day. I don't care if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. You're either moving, walking, you're in prayer, you're in scripture, because when you hear from God and you speak to God and you lead and be led by the Spirit, you don't be led by your flesh. Watch what happens to you. And give Jesus 12 months, it'll completely change your life. If anybody has watched my content or watched what has happened over the last 12 months, you're not going to see a significant change in income. You're not going to see a significant change in companies that I built or any of those things. You're going to see a change in the person that I am. Because I became and becoming more like Christ every day. But that takes struggle. That takes submission. That takes executing on exactly what you said you were going to do. That takes not worrying about the validation from other people that are going to tell you that, oh, well, I don't think you should do that. Or, oh, well, Karen, I'm sorry. I didn't know you have any say on this subject. There's so many people that will give you their opinion of what you're supposed to do in life, but let their opinions stay with them and let them focus on their life. I could be your family, your friends, relationships that you're in. The accountability that you have is the next thing. If you do not have somebody holding you accountable to what you are to do every day, then you will become complacent. You see, as humans, we have a complacency within us. We get into a complacent mode. But if you have people that hold you accountable, that's a group, a community, a best friend, not your wife, not your spouse, not your husband. I'm talking about somebody that is not in relationship with you that holds you accountable, somebody that can tell you the truth. When I speak to the men in Limitless Faith, I don't let anything by. I tell them how it is. They're not showing up in their marriage, or they're not showing up for themselves, not showing up for their kids, whatever it might be. Sometimes the truth hurts and you got to hear the truth. But until you hear the truth, you're not going to step into the pain and the comfort of the pain. What you're feeling right now is not more so for you to make the change. That pain has to be so deep that you make the change, and then that change needs to be an everlasting change. It has to be something that you continuously put forward because you never want to go back to that pain. You guys don't know my story. I come from 3 attempted suicides, 3 years of drug addiction, 8 years Navy, lost everything in my life, lost a business that I felt made me, and then I surrendered my life to Jesus July 6, 2023. And then during that process of the identity shift, where I knew I was made in the image of God and the likeliness of God, and that there was nobody that can tell me anything differently. You start to follow Jesus, you're going to lose a lot of friends. I'm going to tell you that right now. You start to follow Jesus, you start to be unfollowed. And it's not that people don't like you. It's because you're about to sacrifice things in your life that they're not willing to sacrifice. And when it gets hard and you're ready to swim, they're not going to be swimming next to you. And that's just the honest truth. That's when you level up in anything. That's when you take the next step in your personal development, your life, your business, whatever it might be. When you take weekends off, you don't go to all the birthdays, you don't go to the clubs anymore. You're in bed by 9 o'clock. You're up by 3 o'clock. Because when you know what you want to do, when you're on purpose, sleep is the last thing you think about. I talk to God every night before I go to bed. I say, God, wake me up in the morning, please. I'm just trying to serve you, Lord. I'm just trying to help shepherd your sheep, Lord. Let me learn in the Bible. Let me learn in seminary school. Let me continuously fill myself so I can fill other people with the knowledge and they can receive. That's exactly what I think about every day. That's why you have ebooks, courses. We have over 284 YouTube videos. That'll be 350 by the end of this year. And everything that you see right now, anything that we're recording that's live, goes straight to YouTube. And anything on here that we take from this recording goes straight to our school community. And then anything from here that goes into our sermon shots, that goes straight into clipping reels to be posted on Instagram, social media, so that it can be everywhere, omnipresent. You want to be so annoying to people that all they do is see your content, because I know a lot of great people that have a lot of great businesses and nobody knows them. It's not who has the best business anymore. It's the one who's the best known. And you don't have to have the best program. You don't have to have the best company. You need to be the best known, putting out the best value to continuously pour into your people daily. There's going to be some people that follow you. There's going to be some people that don't. All you worry about is just focusing on the value. Next one. Set God-sized goals. Not your size goals, God-sized goals. I talked to somebody the other day and I said, yeah, man, we want to have a Limitless Faith HQ in every single state. He said, man, that's kind of a big goal. I said, yeah, would you rather set little goals? Or would you rather set a God-sized goal? Because it might not happen right now. But your intentional thinking of the way that you already see. I can already see the HQs. I can already see what they look like. I can already see me walking in the HQ. I can see exactly what it looks like. I can see the podcast studio. I can see where people come and they get masterminded, and we have speakers that come in. I can see the branding. I can see the colors. I can see it all because I have the vision and I set the intention on exactly what I want to do and exactly what God has put into my heart to continue to focus and pursue. Next one, surround yourself with a great community. Who you surround yourself with, especially in the next 66 days as you step into 2025. If you're around people that are like, man, 2025 is going to be my year, and you've heard them saying that for 4 years, find a new community, find some new friends, find some people that are actually doing something. I do not have people in close proximity to me if they're not doing anything with their life. Now, I serve people all day long in the ministry. That doesn't mean they're in close proximity to me. You see, I can love you from afar. But if you're in close proximity to me, we're talking about our goals. We're talking about faith. We're talking about fitness, nutrition. We're talking about what are our investments that we're going into? What are we doing to bring our future family into wealth? What are those next steps look like for you? I don't party. I don't drink. I'm very focused. I'm very intentional. I don't get on meetings more than 15 minutes most of the time. You have to be very intentional with your time. And if you can be intentional with your time, you will take yourself to the next level. But you can't worry about what other people are going to think about you. You can't worry about what naysayers are going to say to you. You can't worry about people that talk about, oh, well, you failed your first business, you're going to fail your second. Man, you know how many times I've heard that before? While these people are still working their 9-to-5 job, not chasing a dream, not doing anything they want to do, living in the same place where I used to live. And I don't want to talk bad about anybody because I'm not a judgmental person. But I'm just going to say, hey, Lord, you got that covered. I'm just going to keep focusing on you. But there's going to be people like that come into your life. There's going to be people like that can't see the God-sized vision that God gave you. There's going to be people like that you need to get out of your life and not have them in proximity to you and stay focused on your goals because you got 66 days left. I don't know how many times you told yourself that you're going to step into the gym or you're going to step into this nutrition plan, or you're going to step into building this business, or you're going to step into this program. I'm going to step into launching this course, or I'm going to step into whatever you told yourself you're going to step into. Aspire to inspire to take the next step, because that's the whole goal. Aspire to inspire. So as we count down 2025, let this be a season of active, unwavering faith. And let Romans 8:31 be our anthem. If God is for us, who can be against us? Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope